ॐ अज्ञान्ते म्रान्तस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुमिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते मधुसूदनाय बापूजीति नामिने नमस्ते मधुसूदनाय भक्तिपादप्रियाय ते दुर्लभ कृष्ण भक्ति अति सर्वकारिणे. So Hare Krishna. Tomorrow is Pandav Nirjal Ekadashi. So on this Ekadashi, right, tomorrow, so on this Ekadashi, a lot of devotees fast without any water also. So it's a full fast without water. So we will read the glories of the Pandav Nirjal Ekadashi, because also the night before there are some rules and regulations, like not eating late in the night. So we will read the Ekadashi Kathas and the glories of Pandav Nirjal Ekadashi, which is tomorrow. So the description of Pandav Nirjal Ekadashi, which occurs during the waxing moon in the month of May-June, is found in the Brahma Vaivatra Puran in a conversation between Srila Vyasadeva and Bhimsen. Bhimsen, the younger brother of Yudhishthir, asked Srila Vyasadeva, O most learned and worshipable grandfather, please hear my request. My elder brother Yudhishthir, mother Kunti Devi, brothers Arjuna, Nakul, and Sadev, and Draupadi do not eat anything on the day of Ekadashi. They always tell me that I should they always tell me that I should also fast on Ekadashi. I know that fasting on Ekadashi is an injunction of the scriptures. That means the scriptures are recommending this also. Krishna is recommending this. This is not just a made up fast where people say, okay, on this day you should fast or on that day, right? Whatever we are doing is according to the scriptures, according to the Guru Parampara, our Acharya's instructions. So, I know that fasting on Ekadashi is an injunction of the scriptures, but I tell them that I am unable to fast. I can give charity and worship Lord Keshava with proper rules and regulations, but I cannot fast. Please instruct me, how can I obtain the result of Ekadashi without fasting? Now, again, this was recommended for Bhim. As you know, he had actually eaten one of the Rakshas, due to which he always had the fire of hunger within his stomach. So, Beam, this is recommended for Beam. We should not take this that if we cannot fast on the Ekadashis and we fast Nirjal on the Nirjal Ekadashi day, that we get the credit of all of the 24 fast or all of the fast for Ekadashi. This is recommended for Beam Sain. But we as devotees try to fast for every Ekadashi. And these days you have so many varieties of food types that are available on Ekadashi day. It doesn't even feel like you are fasting on Ekadashi. There are so many snacks. You have so many fruits, vegetables, and dry fruits, nuts, and even atta from which we can make rotis and puris, which don't even feel different from the regular ones. So we should all try and fast on Ekadashi. So Srila Vyasadeva replied, O Bhim, if you want to go to the heavenly planets and avoid the hellish planets, then you must refrain from eating the Ekadashis of each month. So every month there are two Ekadashis. And Vyasadeva is saying that if you want to avoid going into the hellish planets, you must refrain from eating on both the Ekadashis. Right? Refrain from eating from on both of the Ekadashis of the month. Beam said, O great sage, it is impossible for me to fast on 24 Ekadashis every year as instructed by the Lord. So before, Beam said that the scriptures say that we should fast on Ekadashi, which is correct. And over here, he's saying as instructed by the Lord Krishna. Even Krishna is saying he's telling us to fast for Ekadashi. Beam continued that I cannot even tolerate my hunger for one moment. The fire of hunger, known as vrika, is always present in my stomach, and it is extinguished only by voracious eating a lot till he is satisfied. With great endeavor, I can fast only one day in a year. Kindly instruct me how to observe one vow which awards the most merit to achieve all the benefits. Srila Vyasadeva replied, the Ekadashi that occurs during the waxing moon in the month of May and June is called Nirajala Ekadashi. One should observe total fast, even from drinking water in this Ekadashi. Again, so this is recommended, but these days it is the Kali Yuga, and sometimes, we have some medical needs also. So if there are medical reasons or other reasons due to health reasons or other reasons due to which we cannot fast, we should at least try to not eat any grains on this day. You can drink water, you can take your medicine as needed, because otherwise, then our body will not be healthy to serve Krishna, to listen to his glories. So if we cannot fast without water, you can have water, you can have fruits, you can have dry fruits, you can have nuts, but at least try to fast without grains on this Ekadashi. So one must not eat or drink anything on this Ekadashi, otherwise his vow will be broken. This fast should be observed from the sunrise on Ekadashi until the sunrise on the next day, Dvadasi. If one strictly observes this Ekadashi without drinking water, then he can attain the results of observing all of the Ekadashis of the year. Again, this is for Beam, but we should try and fast on all of the Ekadashis of the year. Once Lord Vishnu told me that whoever surrenders unto him and follows this Nirajala Ekadashi, which is very dear to him. So Vyasadeva is saying that Lord Vishnu himself told him that whoever surrenders unto him and follows this Nirajala Ekadashi, which is very dear to him, is certainly relieved of all sinful reactions. And what else do we need? We are over here suffering for all of our past sinful activities. And this whole material creation is described by Krishna as Dukhalyam Ashashvatam. This full of miseries, full of suffering, full of sorrows. Dukhalyam. And Ashashvata means it is temporary. Right? We take birth, we live, we we become infant, we become youth, we become adult, we get old age, we get diseases, then we die. It is temporary, everything. And remember, every situation in our life is temporary. Do not think that this is the final destination. Right? Krishna says himself, everything is temporary in this world. So if there are some sorrows, some suffering you are going through, or something where you expected a result which did not happen as you wanted or as we wanted, that is not the end. And remember, in the devotee's life, anything that happens, it is sanctioned personally from Krishna. Without Krishna's approval, not even 0.1% harm can happen to any of us. This is all. Whatever is happening in our life, it is the mercy of Krishna. And sometimes when we don't get the result that we want, we may in the short term think this is a bad result, this is not good for us. But who knows, in the long term, Krishna may be protecting us from some other big problem. So this whole material creation is described as Dukhalyam Ashashvatam, right? Full of sufferings, misery, sorrow, and temporary. And we wake up every day, and in every moment, what are we looking for? We're looking for happiness. We're looking for that something. That whole time we will just be happy and nothing bad or no sorrows will come for us. When the creator of this universe, right, when we are cooking, if I am the chef and if I am making a sabji or dal or anything, I will know what ingredients I am putting in there. Somebody else can guess, but I will know how much salt, how much mirchi, how much powders, masalas, right? And what kind of masalas, what did I put, how much did I put? All of that. Other people can guess that this may have this masala, this may have this green chili, this may have this kind of rice and all. But until I do not say that this is all that I put, nobody else will be able to confirm that. So the creator of the universe is telling us that the ingredients of this whole universe are what? Are Dukhalyam Ashashvatam. And even when Lord Krishna manifested in the human form, Lord Ram, even Krishna in all of his avatars, right, goes through those same Dukhalyam, those same sorrows, right? It is not that Krishna came over here and enjoyed completely and went back. He didn't go back. Krishna unmanifested. He's still here. We just need to learn to recognize him. Lord Ram, right? Next day he's going to become the king of Ayodhya. And what happens? The night before, he is given vanvas for 14 years. Over here, we are expecting that I am going to get this in my life. I'm going to get that. Then it doesn't happen. Then we become so sad. We lose all faith in God. We say that, Krishna, how can you do this to me? And then we go begging to other demigods that please give me this, please do this for me. Remember, our mind may become temporarily unhappy. It may start going in other directions. But our faith, we should never lose our faith. And we should have faith even on our faith. Because today, our faith, we are all surrendered. We all agree that yes, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and we have faith in that Lord. But we don't have faith on that faith. It's a very technical point. In Hindi, like how we say we have bharosa, right? Krishna पे भरोसा है. But हमें अपने भरोसे पे भी भरोसा होना चाहिए. We should have faith on our faith. That's how strong we should be. But Krishna, if something didn't work according to the way we wanted it, I'm even happier because your will worked. Right? That means you are protecting me personally. Krishna says that I personally provide what my devotee needs and I protect what he has, and that's what he is doing. Yogakshema Vamyaham. The ninth chapter, Krishna says. Once there was this fakir who used to read namaz 5 times a day. And he did this for 20 years, every day without fail, 5 times at the same time. And people regarded him as one of the most faithful people. And in the 21st year, when he started reading his namaz again and he went to the area, the temple or the mosque, and he read his namaz, after that there was a voice. But hey, Fakir, you have been reading your namaz for the last 20 years. But not even one of that namaz was accepted by that Supreme Lord. Not even one of that prayer was accepted by that Supreme Lord. All of the people got shocked that this devotee who we regard and hold in such high regard, how is it But he has been reading the namaz 5 times every day according to the prescribed duties. He's been doing it, and he's so faithful. He never even misses one. He's here 5 times a day. How can it be that not even one is accepted? People started talking that what kind of a person he must be, right? Did this happen to him? What is wrong? And then some people started getting worried for themselves that if his namaz is not being accepted, what about us? So they began to feel very bad and almost like had some sadness within them. And everybody were about to approach the fakir because now everybody had heard it. So everybody thought he must be embarrassed, he must be very sad, and he must have left or something. What do they see? That fakir is dancing over there. That fakir was dancing and he's happy, he's ecstatic. So a few people go up to him, they ask him what happened. They thought maybe he has gone a little crazy, he's lost his marbles because for 20 years he has been practicing the namaz and saying these prayers every day, 5 times, with following all of the rules and regulations. Maybe now he's gone crazy because nothing was accepted, so now he's just dancing. They asked him, didn't you hear the voice clearly? That not even one of your namaz was accepted. He responded, forget about all that. Who cares whether my namaz was accepted or not, if my prayer was accepted or not? At least this confirms one thing, that Supreme Lord has his eyes on me. He knows that I have been uh, praying and performing the namaz for the last 20 years. Forget what is accepted or not accepted. At least he knows that I am doing it. He has his eyes on me, his vision on me. That's all I care about. I just want him by my side, just like how Krishna was with Arjuna in the war, in the Mahabharata. Right? We also just pray that Krishna, we just want you by our side. And if something doesn't happen how we want it to, that means Krishna has his eyes on us. He has his eyes on us. That's why he's protecting us from something bad that may happen in the future. Because it may give us temporary happiness. But in the long term, we don't know what suffering we may have had to endure. So that's how merciful Krishna is. So we cannot sit here question anything. Srila Bhaktipad, our Param Puja Guru, right? He was on a wheelchair. He was entering an elevator. And there's a space between the elevator and the floor, and sometimes the elevator is higher or lower than the floor. In this case, the elevator was a little higher, so the wheelchair actually hit that elevator, the space difference between the floor and the elevator landing, and he actually fell off the fell off the wheelchair. And the first words that came out from his lotus mouth were that, thank you, Krishna. Right? I mean, this is an example. So everything that happens in our life, remember, it is sanctioned by Krishna. So otherwise, this whole world is full of misery and sorrows. And when we get some happiness, or when we even don't get something, instead of becoming sad, smile and say, thank you, Krishna. And have faith on your faith that Krishna is watching me, Krishna is with me, Krishna's mercy is with me. What more do we want? Remember, all of us have Krishna within us. Krishna was within Duryodhan. Krishna was within his brothers, within Dhritarashtra. Krishna is within all of us. But Krishna was with Arjuna, and Arjuna won. All of us just need Krishna within us, and all of us have Krishna within us. Even Duryodhan had Krishna within him. Krishna says himself that as the supreme Brahman, as that Paramatma, I am within each one of the living entities. Right? So we already have Krishna within us. But we should pray that Krishna, we want you with us, please. And this fasting is one of the ways we please Krishna. And Krishna, so merciful, right? That he forgives all of our sins simply by just fasting. And it's one day. What do we not have to eat? Just grains, rice, roti, dal. There are millions of other things we can eat on Ekadashi. So try to fast tomorrow, even if it's not Nirja. You can fast with water, but at least try to not eat any grains. So over here, we were reading. So once Lord Vishnu, Lord Vishnu told Srila Vyasadeva, right, that whoever surrenders unto him and follows the Nirjala Ekadashi, which is very dear to him, is certainly relieved of all sinful reactions. Actually, eating is prohibited on all the Ekadashis, and even the drinking of water is prohibited on Nirjala Ekadashi. By observing this Ekadashi, one achieves the benefit of visiting all the holy places. At the time of death, such a person is not approached by the fearsome Yamdutas. Rather, he's approached by the Vishnu Dutas who bring him to the abode of Vishnu. Bhimsen began observing the Nirjala Ekadashi. Therefore, it has become famous as Pandav Nirjala Ekadashi or Bhima Ekadashi. By following this Ekadashi, sinful activities as huge as Sumeru or Mandara mountain are burned to ashes. Lord Krishna has declared that the result of any pious activities, such as bathing in a holy place, giving charity, chanting Vedic mantras, or performing sacrifices on this Nirjal Ekadashi, become inexhaustible. One who reads or hears the glories of this Nirjal Ekadashi with devotion goes back to the abode of Vaikuntha. Simply by listening and hearing also, right? Krishna is over here, Vyasadeva is saying that one goes back. So let us not do this for any benefit, because then it becomes like a transaction. You say, Krishna, I'm fasting, or that I heard this Ekadashi Katha, you said that you will come back to me, right? So that I fasted, now take me back. Krishna will take us back. But we don't want this to be a transaction. Just like how we go to a store and we say, okay, give me this bread. Okay, it's $2. Give me that $2. We give that and we get that. Right? So let us not create a transaction with Krishna like that. Let us do it for the mercy of Krishna and for the pleasure of Krishna, actually. And once we please Krishna, we will just pray that Krishna, we just want you by our side with us. Right? And just like how the ingredients of this whole world are dukhalyam ashashvatam, they're full of sorrows, misery, and they're temporary, right? That is the ingredients of this world. But we wake up looking for happiness at every single moment. But that is not there at all. But with Krishna's mercy, we get a few moments of happiness. And at that moment, we should thank Krishna. And a way of that we can thank Krishna for everything that he has given us is by fasting on this Ekadashi. So we'll try and fast tomorrow, everybody, whoever can fast, Nirjala Ekadashi. And if you cannot, then due to health reasons, medical conditions, anything like that, then you can at least fast from grains. So with that, we will end here today and then we'll continue. So before we end, we'll also have tomorrow at 8:30 on the special Pandav Nirjala Ekadashi. We will meet to hear the glories of Lord Krishna on this Nirjala Ekadashi. So before we end, we'll chant together Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra Bihari Lal. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.